Good morning to all of you. I'm in a time zone in India where it's still morning, just fresh new morning. And like the Ankola tree and its splendid seeds, when we wake up in the morning, we can, instead of wandering off in the material world, make a sankalpa to be in quest of our own divine roots. So the learning that we are having from the aid of Bhakti Yoga is that Bhakti really is a path of devotion. Our devotion is connected to our quest, and our quest is for that divine truth, that amazing divine existence, that universal divine self that also dwells within us as our own higher self. And if, like the seeds of the Ankola tree, every morning when we wake up and every night before we go to bed, if we make a resolve that I do not want to simply pray to this faraway divine, but to greet it in every eye, and then to encounter it in my own being. I want that amazing, intimate knowledge and relationship with the divine, so much so that it is my own foundation, my own root. Then we will continue to grow and thrive in the path of bhakti. So, a satsang that I gave on the 5 ways to be in a state of bhakti can be an individual method or a process, but the way I have really seen this teaching is a continuum or a process. And so today, in this satsang of February 2024, I want to show you how your quest becomes the path of yoga in bhakti. And it's a unique and rare teaching from our lineage. It is not that we can simply use search engines or artificial intelligence to even find this quote or this teaching. It truly is a unique teaching coming from a teacher of my tradition, where this is part of our conversation. It's our language when we talk about where are we and how can we come closer to something that is non-tangible, yet it is the foundation of this whole universe and our true being. It does not borrow language from religion. It truly is born in the heart of the mystic. So if I can make a resolve to lead that kind of life as a bija or a seed of the Ankola tree, then no matter what we face as householders, gossip, loss, tragedy, slander, characters with evil intent, beloveds who betray us, or neighbors who become challenging, no matter what we face, we can still return back to the roots of even this crazy making experience in our worldly bodies. Wow, this person is talking to me with such animosity, such malicious intent, such manipulative energy. And yet, when I come back to the roots of this entire drama, I am placed out of nowhere on a tiny blue sphere of matter oscillating around the sun, surrounded by billions of such vast bodies. The nearest one is millions of miles away. I don't know how I got here. I don't know what keeps all of this intact. What intelligence? What existence is this? I am part of a cosmic drama, and even all this negative energy is part of that cosmic drama. And if all of this is harmoniously ticking together, then there must be a purpose for this dark experience to come to me. There you go. This is a cosmic opportunity to be in orbit of that divine truth, to be in quest of that divine truth. So we can be uncomfortable, but we can come back and connect that discomfort to our divine bhakti quest. I will check with you if this process sits with you well. And then, like iron filings seek the magnet, can we seek in the middle of worldly drama a greater silence, a deeper presence, a greater existence, Ishwara? Can we briefly close our eyes? Can we return to the altar of that greater truth, whatever that looks like in our hearts and in our homes? Or can we look up in awe at the rising sun and look down in humbleness at the majestic Mother Earth and know that all of this too is part of that which is beyond gender, beyond body, beyond form, and yet is undeniable. Ishwara, from the Sanskrit root sound Isha, which means that which remains invisible and yet controls everything visible, conceivable, imaginable, comes under its purview. So in a moment of worldly challenge, sorrow, loss, depravity, can we be like the Ankola seed and return to the roots of this whole theater of existence? Can we be like the iron filing and be irresistibly drawn to close our eyes, bring our hands to our heart, maybe come into a state of attraction towards the divine in any of the three ways I mentioned? Outside you, far away, in a deity or a symbol, all around you as in nature, or within you as your higher self. And then can you become like a Sadhavi who is a great, uh, uh, a remarkable seeker of that divine truth. A Sadhavi is an example. Can you, can you, can you mimic? Can you learn from a Sadhavi some disciplines, be it holding your hand in mudra? If you hold your hand up and hold it, then you'll and hold it on down on your thigh, and just remember that there is a greater presence. You become immediately connected to that divine presence everywhere. And if you simply flip your hands and move it downwards and place it back on your thigh, you shall be connected to that presence inward. And your heart becomes calm. Your awareness becomes as if lit up with an inner light. Countless disciplines I continue to unfold with the assistance of Sadhavis, teachers within this Vedic way. So Sadhavi's life is the life of discipline. A sadhu is another word, a life of discipline. My lineage is a sadhu lineage. We are sadhus, sadhavis. So it's an example of how should you lead your life? Like a sadhu. And coming up in my teachings are 24 traits of a sadhu. If you identify with the male gender, you can call yourself a sadhu. If you identify yourself with the female gender, you can call yourself a sadhavi. If you identify with fluid gender or any other gender, then you can simply identify with the word sad, which means to be steadfast. I am that which is steadfast. Sad, sadhu, sadhvi. Beautiful descriptions. These are not just social media placeholders. These are states of mind. And so if you really want to be like the Ankola tree bija and the iron filing, attracted, not just outwardly having infatuations, not just adoring people of authority or people who've accomplished things in the world, but truly adoring the divine without and within. Like having a private love affair. And then having certain disciplines, Ayurveda disciplines, yoga disciplines, Vedanta disciplines that I keep unfolding for that lifestyle which is connected to the term sada, eternal, steadfast. That's so, so important. This is, otherwise what does religion teach us? Every religion has a favorite day to visit God. Fortunately, there are still some religions which also adore the goddess, and the religion associated with the Vedas, Hinduism does, but there's a day fixed for it. There are moments of the day when one remembers it. One especially remembers it in, manifestations of Ishwara through ritual, through symbol, through chanting. But what if, along with all of that, in the religion that you choose or you were born into, or you would not have a religion, doesn't matter. You still chose disciplines that connect you to the divine. So it need not be exclusive of your religion of choice. It it can be inclusive too. It can be a different religion. It can be all religions. It can be transcending religions. All these options are available, but can you be so deeply connected to the essence of Ishvara as I continue to unfold that we tend to creep around like a vine around our partner, our child, our pet, significant other, cultural social norms, religious do's and don'ts, as if our entire identity depends upon that which we hold on, rather grab and grasp, don't we? When I was a young child, I was wound up like a vine around my mother, then my father. And then when I was introduced to my grandfather as my guru, gradually my relationship with him deepened, and I feared if I could take a step without him in the world. Then through two marriages, one child, the ego within kept fluctuating. Shall I grasp this person or that person? But in the path of being a bhakta, gradually there is no grasping, and there is only a winding around the greater universal divine, the divine allness, the greater truth which becomes my son, my partner, my father, my guru. I want to grasp that truth. See? That I'm not holding on to ounces of flesh and oodles of the mind. I am holding on to the expansive space which is their soul. And I'm truly winding around Ishwara, around with bhakti, that one anchor. So I have, when I travel, a traveling altar. Of course, in my home here where I live, I have a beautiful Krishna deity, and then my traveling altar, and then flowers and twigs and leaves that I pick up on my morning walk. Symbols of transcendence that I find here and there. Those are just simply keepsake objects to take me inwards to that tree of truth around which I choose to wind around like a creeper. So when I finally close my eyes and I chant, Om, Om. All right, chant. Om Namo Narayanaya. Or you could chant Om and then add the name of that entity in whom you see Ishwara. For example, you might see Ishwara shining through Jesus, and you can chant Om Jesus. Om is that nameless truth that for you and for a lot of people like you comes through as Jesus.